Guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. We're still under strength of material N6. So given this typical question 6, a closed coil and helical spring. Alright, says a closed coiled helical spring consists of 12 coins. 12 coins. This is the number of coins. It's N with the wire diameter of 3 and the mean coil diameter. It's what is 12. We've given the wire diameter and the mean diameter is 25. Right, then the maximum allowable deflection of the spring is 14 G, is of the material there. I have given, says calculate 6.1 the allowable load of the spring, the allowable load. So we know the allowable load. This formula, let's say X is equals to 8, the load, the one that you want, W D cubed N divided by G D raised to the power 4. So we'll try and use this one. You can write it here below. You can have 6.1. Here X is equals to 8 WG N divided by GD raised to the power 4. Alright, we want W. We are together there. That is what we want. So, what is X? Do we have that? We are given X, right? It is a deflection, obviously. The deflection of the spring is 14. We've given the deflection is 14, but 14 times 10 to the power of minus 3. We have 8. The weight is the one that we're looking for. We have D, which is 25 here. The diameter of the coil, the mean diameter. Remember, the big D is a mean diameter. It's 25. But since it's in millimeter, will be times 10 to the power of minus 3. Multiply the number of turns or of the coils. It's what is 12. We have 12 coils. Divide by G, we're given it's 80 gigapascal. This is the diameter of the wire. Small d, the diameter of the wire is 3. We're given the diameter of the wire, which is 3. So millimeter will be times 10 to the power of minus 3, but is raised to the power of 4. Alright, punching this. Now let us multiply there. It's maths. 14 times 10 to the power of minus 3 multiplied by 80 times 10 to the power of 9. Alright. Divide again by 8. Divide by this. Divide by 25 times 10 to the power of minus 3 times 12. We'll have W there. So simply punch this. What will be the weight there? The load will be 60,48 newtons. Alright, that is what we have now. Let's check 6.2. What do they want? 6.2, the maximum shear stress in the wire. The maximum shear stress in what? In the wire. The shear stress is given by this formula. Obviously, it's in the wire. GD divided by we'll divide this again by XD raised to, okay, we're given pi divide this by pi, d squared mean diameter, the number of turns. So x, our deflection, it was 14 times 10 to the minus 14 millimeter. This it was 80 power 9 times the wire diameter, which is 3 millimeter. All right, so divide this by pi times the mean diameter, which is 25 millimeter, times 10 to the power of minus 3. Number of turns is 12. So we'll have the shear stress, punching that will be 142,63 megapascal. Remember, there are multiple equations. Someone can use this one that says shear stress. Do you still remember? 8 weight, because you've calculated mean diameter multiplied by pi, then the wire diameter raised to the power of 3. Can use this formula, you'll obtain the same answer. We'll have 8, the weight is the one that we've calculated, which is 60,48. This is an alternative, or you can use this formula. Remember, that is what you have there, the weight. Then the mean diameter is 25 times 10 to the power of minus 3, which was millimeter, multiplied by pi, the wire diameter, which was 3 millimeter. So you'll obtain the same value. This will simply give you 142, comma, it will have the same thing here, 142,63 megapascal. It's up to you. You can use this one or that. You're still gonna obtain the same stuff. All right, so here the strain energy absorbed by the spring, we know that the strain energy is often denoted by U. You know, the strain energy from N5 must be weight multiplied by the deflection divided by 2, the change in length. It's a deflection. Remember, the change in length, that deflection, the change. All right, you can use this, or someone can use this equation that says 4w squared d cubed n divided by g d4. See, this is still what the deflection is, up to you, but I will use this first one, the first one formula. We all have this formula on our textbook. Either way, we are given, you know, the weight, it was 60, the one that we've determined before was, then the deflection, it was 14 times 14, right? That is our deflection. All right, divide this by 2, strain energy, whereas is measured in joules, will obtain 0,423 joules. This is a strain energy. So let's check 6.4. What do they want? The stiffness of the spring. The stiffness of the spring is denoted by K. We know that will be weight divided by deflection. The weight, it was 60, is the one that we've calculated, divided by the deflection, obvious, is 14 times 10 to the power of minus 3. The stiffness will be 4,32 kilo, I'll just say kilonewton, is measured in kilonewton meter, in newton meter, but I'll just write it in kilonewton meter. over ounce. That is the stiffness, 6.5. So what do they want? The angle of twist for the spring. Okay, the angle of twist. Okay, the angle of twist theta, we know, must be 16 multiplied by the weight, d of mean diameter, number of coils, divided by g, wire diameter, raised to the power 4. Right, so we'll have 16. The weight, it was 60.48. This one, it was 25 times 10 to the power of 3 square, where we had 1210 coils, divided by g, it was 80 times 10 to the power of 9. Then wire diameter, it was 3 millimeter, raised to the power of 4. So we'll have the wrangle, remember, is given in rods, the 1.2 is given in rods. So this is what we have. So thank you for watching. May you kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel, become the part of the family. Subscribe so that you'll be notified whenever I post a new video. Stay blessed.